Goa Tourism Board मार्फत empowered committees we have formed in various sectors, like marketing and PR, land and infra, policy making and new tourism services. As आमची empowered committee meeting was there on land and infra, and we have had various topics of discussions which included infrastructure which already has been created. For example, parking जे already केल्या तांकां ONM पार्टनर हाडला जाल्यार कित्याक सुरवात जावना, थोडे रिव्ह्यूज थोडे इन्फॉर्मेशन आशिल्ले. दुसरे इम्पॉर्टंट म्हणल्यार आमी टॉयलेट ब्लॉक्स करपाक जे आमी एक ONM पार्टनर घेतिल्लो, who other than the operations of the toilets which we have made, they were supposed to do a 600 seat capacity toilet by themselves. तांची कितें जाल्लें तें रिव्ह्यू घेतलो, कित्याक there are challenges from various sectors of the coastal belt. आमदार जावं नाल्यार पंचायत जावं नाल्यार टुरिस्टीक लोकेशनाचेर टॉयलेट्स ना, ही कथा म्हाका दिसता कितलीशींच वर्सां चालू आसा. आनी हो सरकार येवच्या पयलीं एक एग्रीमेंट सायन जाल्लो विथ अकत्वा म्हणून एक कंपनी, where it was they were supposed to come in, other than looking after our toilets, which they were supposed to be on a revenue model, they were also supposed to ensure that they are taking up new toilet seats. So ह्यो गजाल्यो आज पर्यंत पळयले जाल्यार ताजो रेव्हेन्यू येना, आनी neither is he able to come up with a single additional seat. So he सवय फाटी ताका appointment given him time every time to come, and he was giving one or the other reason. So the empowered committee today has taken decisions on subjects which were related to infrastructure in terms of toilets, in terms of parking, in terms of issues which were there, in terms of operating, appointing ONM partners. हे आज आम्ही थोड्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीजांत घेतिल्ले आसा. केसरवाल सारकेल्या जाग्यार opportunities where the local MLA also, Anton Vaz, has been calling for things to be done. थंय प्रपोजल कितें घेवपाक जाय तोय आज डिस्कशनाक आयिल्लो. सो ह्यो गजाल्यो करता आसतना थोडे इन्फॉर्मेटरी आशिल्ले. देर वर प्रोजेक्ट्स which are related to the wellness center and resort proposed at on JV mode at Farmagudi. Similarly, development, operation and maintenance of mini convention at Margaon. तशेंच GTDC residency at Mapsa, redevelopment, operations and maintenance. हे सगळे प्रोजेक्ट्स नॉलेजी खातीर तांणी इन्फॉर्म केले द स्टेटस ऑफ द पर्टिक्युलर टेंडर्स विच हॅव बीन इश्यूड. आनी एक आमी टुरिजम इन्फॉर्मेशन काउंटर्स थ्रू आउट द स्टेट वी हॅव रिव्ह्यूड दॅट पर्टिक्युलर पार्ट. टुरिजम इन्फॉर्मेशन काउंटर्स म्हणच्या पेक्षा henceforth we would call it as tourist hubs or tourism hubs or something like that. In that line of action की फक्त tourism हबान फक्त टुरिस्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन काउंटर न्हय, तर ताजे बरोबर चेंजिंग रूम, शावर एरिया, टॉयलेट्स, मेडिकल एरिया, पुलिसे खातीर एक धाकटोसो जागो, कोवर्किंग एरिया, हे सगळे करून एक ऑल थिंग्स विच इन्क्लूड द टुरिस्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन काउंटर. कित्याक जो टुरिस्ट येता तो अर्दो टुरिस्ट दर्यान वता एकटो भायर आसता कित्याक बॅगां पळोवपाक पाकिटे, आनी आमी उलयत आसात. बट वी नीड टू मूव फास्ट एंड स्टार्ट मुव्हिंग ऑन इट. ताजे खातीर टुरिजम इन्फॉर्मेशन काउंटर जे आमी पयलीं केल्ले 4 काय 5, they were given to for operations to Akatwa again to make them commercially viable and come back. Unfortunately, those also have still not met the target line. So ती जी रेडी आशिल्ले स्ट्रक्चर ताजे कितें करप आनी हे फुडें नवो प्रोसेस कसो तयार करप हाजेरूय आज चर्चा जाल्ली आसा. अशे काही विविध विषय आज इम्पॉर्टंटली which we have discussed also includes reviewing of the and the evaluation of work done by KPMG as our consultants. Whatever they were supposed to do in terms of preparation of the tourism master plan and tourism policy of the state of Goa, they were told to present. Their presentation still needs improvement, so we have asked them to look at it and revisit and come back to us, having more information. That post-COVID, they were told to relook and revisit the whole plan. The master plan परत पळोवपाची गरज आसा, कित्याक टुरिस्टाची येवजण, टुरिस्टाचे एक्सपेक्टेशन चेंज जाल्ले आसा. आनी ताजे खातीर ताज्या प्रमाणे एज वी टॉक अबाउट स्पिरिच्युअलिटी, वी टॉक अबाउट वेलनेस, we talk about MICE, we talk about adventure, we talk about eco-tourism and hinterlands. It is important that these parts which were there in the original scope of KPMG, कितें केलां, कशें करतले, and how we review it post-COVID when things given to them, we have asked them to review this. Another part which is very important is what we are looking today with the help of the center is creating an iconic structure, especially in an area like Mandre, which is दोन आसा. आमकां गोंय परशुराम भूमी म्हणटा, पूण परशुरामाचें देवूळ परशुराम आनी पुरुषोत्तम काणकोण सोडलें जाल्यार हांगा आमकां खंयचोच आयकॉनीक स्ट्रक्चर ना, नाल्यार हें ना टू डिसायड ऑन वॉट इट इज. So we have come with the idea. I had a certain thought in my mind which was shared by a local architect, saying that creating a bow and arrow. The bow which you create, which will be close to the sea, after taking all compliances, need to have a structure where bow violence also structure असा भितरल्यान सगळे amenities तयार करप. Arrow, bow नी, arrow. Arrowच्या भितर सगळे amenities तयार करप आणि arrow comes out near the sea. When on from top you have a glass bottom which can दर्या पळयता. It's a total different experience in terms of an iconic structure. So the bow आणि arrow घेवपाक माद्रे as a location finalize केल्ले आसा आणि ताच्या खातीर consultant appoint करून रोखडोच immediately to work on that plan. We are trying to see how fast we can do, which will have a nice iconic structure to commemorate the event of Shri Parshuram with the formation of a bow and arrow in Goa. कित्याक मांद्रे म्हणटकर it is already said की थंय हरमळ्यान तेवटेन गेलो की यज्ञी कुंड थंय तुका ऑलरेडी नॅचरल रॉक फॉर्मेशन आसा आनी ते भस्म परशुरामाची आसा म्हणून ते उलयत आसता. सो ताज्या खातीर थंय करपाक ते आमी लोकल आमदाराचोय रिक्वेस्ट आशिल्लो सोजी दारोलकराचो. सो दिस इज समथिंग which we have discussed to appoint a consultant to give us further thought on this particular area. This is as far as the EC on inland and infra is concerned. दुसरी घेतल्या is to inform you on the trip which we are doing to Dehradun, which we have been talking about. Importantly, आमचे प्राईम मिनिस्टरचे विजन आसा की देखो अपना देश. म्हणजे आमचे the country is so diversified with different culture, tradition, heritage, and we say that one generation is not enough to complete the whole cycle of India itself. Within that, the Prime Minister's vision of saying देखो अपना देश म्हणजे आम्ही भारतीय नागरिकांना आपलो स्वतः देश सगळं पळोवचो ह्या इनिशिएटिव्हान नवो एअरपोर्ट नव्या एअरपोर्टा बरोबर Tier 2 सिटीज तातूंत नागपूर, नासिक, काशी, वाराणसी, अमृतसर, गुवाहाटी, देहरादून असे कनेक्ट करपाक इंडिगो एअरलाइन्स and GMR have come together to line up with the Tier 2 cities. So tourism per se today we are taking one more initiative ahead, saying that we need to connect and ensure that we are having bilateral understandings between two states. At the states उलयता असताना tomorrow the objective of going to Dehradun on the first flight is very clear that when we are talking about wellness, when we are talking about spirituality, when we are talking about yoga, there is a big scape of tourists that is coming post-COVID who are coming for this particular space. Conventional learnings की UK and Russia, which we have shared in the past, we have already started की UK and Russia चे total dependent झाले. मागचे वयर सकयल लास्ट कोविडा वेळा झाले, विजा खातीर झाले, नाल्यार वरा खातीर झाले. When the numbers drop down, we don't have any other things to look at, and the business gets hampered. ताज्या खातीर one is looking at emerging markets. Second is our domestic tourists having a direct run of flights within the two states. म्हणजे आम्ही देहरादून घेतले जाल्यार गोंयच्यान देहरादून डायरेक्ट फ्लायट आशिल्ल्यान domestic tourists going to Rishikesh, Haridwar, Mussoorie have an option of going directly and connecting themselves. International tourists जे येतात, जे ऋषिकेश येतात, हरिद्वार येतात, मे बी मेक्सिको नाल्यार बाकीच्या कंट्रीचे ते हांगा पावत ना. ते हांगा न पाविल्ल्याक वी ऑल्सो लूज टुरिझम फॉर पीपल हू कम विथ हाय टुरिस्टीक स्पेंड. आणि ते समज पळयतले जाल्यार हांगा समज UK आनी रशियाचे असले डॉमिनेंटली येतात आणि थंय समज वेगळे येतात. हाऊ इज द चेंज ऑफ exchange of tourists that can take place? Again, the MOU which we talk about, having a lot of thought and exchange of culture, exchange of tradition. Donny states, although in the same country, are having different culture. One is the mountain, here we are the sea. How we can come together, how the trades can talk, and how the trades can influence and take business together is the more important part which we are talking about. The representatives of the Goa Chamber, CII, and TTAG will be a part of our delegation which is going tomorrow to Dehradun, where we are having a understanding with the tourism minister and the chief minister there to have a MOU signed within the two states of exchange of culture, exchange of tourism, exchange of more thoughts which can come in and influence and start building each other as a state. So that nation building a very clear message that states have to build up. And we need to start thinking out of the box. म्हणून ही एक जी कल्पना आयली ती कल्पनाच्यान आमी सुरवात करपाक फाल्याच्यान करता. थंयच्यान we will be going next to Kashi, Varanasi and the other states also. Very importantly to start telling that we as states have to talk to each other and build up to one, look at the initiative कॅरी द इनिशिएटिव्ह ऑफ प्राईम मिनिस्टर देखो अपना देश जे आम्ही म्हणतात ते. आणि दुसरे आमची जी रिच कल्चर आणि हेरिटेज आसा, नॅचरल हेरिटेज ऑफ द कंट्री आसा, दॅट नीड्स टू बी टेकन टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल. We talk about incredible India, and truly India is incredible. And if Goa, we have our plus points, and Dehradun has their own plus points, we need to come together. In one example which we want to take along, and Tajamagi government as a facilitator is getting into this, it is for B2B. Manje the trade has to start talking to their trade, which again the meeting has been aligned tomorrow evening after the post signing of the MOU. जातूंतल्यान तांच्याकडे धंदे एका वेगळे कशे करपाचे आणि कशे व्हरपाचे ऑन टायज एंड टाय-अप्स इज व्हॉट वी विल डिस्कस टू एन्श्योर दॅट अ न्यू थॉट ऑफ टुरिझम स्टार्ट्स कमिंग इनटू द स्टेट ऑफ गोवा.
देहरादून व्यतिरिक्त आणखी कुठली शहरं पाईपलाईन मध्ये आहेत जिथं अशा पद्धतीने सेवा सुरू होऊ शकते?
आफ्टर देहरादून we will talk to our counterpart in other UP मध्ये आमची काशी वाराणसी आहे. other than Kashi Varanasi, we are talking about Amritsar, we are talking about Guwahati, we are talking about Nagpur, we are talking about Nasik, we are talking about आता तुम्हाला सांगितलं आहे ना सगळं 6 states. So we will respectively put our proposals to each state, and we want this particular part. That very important is the initiative of the Prime Minister and the initiative of our state to change the aspects from only sun, sand and sea to move into the hinterland, to move into spiritualism, to move into wellness, to move into yoga. These are things which today's tourist wants to travel for. So how best we can reach out to the tourist with this type of services? Then we need to start thinking differently, and this gives us food for thought. A start today will be going a long way to create new points of avenues. It is not only domestic, but we would like to attract international tourists also in terms of exchange. And ताजे खातीर ट्रेडाक जेन्ना घेवन बरो वता, more learnings will allow us to see what best we can do in terms of the initiative we have taken.
सर, रिच हेरिटेज म्हणून जेव्हा तुम्ही बोलता टुरिझम बद्दल, तेव्हा स्वदेश दर्शन अंतर्गत गोव्यात किती डेव्हलपमेंट केली गेली आहे?
स्वदेश दर्शन 1 मध्ये आम्ही ऑलरेडी वी हॅव टेकन 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स इन स्वदेश दर्शन 1. आता स्वदेश दर्शन 2 मध्ये वी हॅव जस्ट गॉट अवर consultant appointed by the center in the name of INH consultants, which have been preliminary given 2 projects. One connecting the coastal, which is Kolwa in the south, and second which is in the north, connecting from Porvorim to the hinterlands. So we are talking about 2 iconic projects. Another proposal which we have put to the center is trying to take the scape of the change of thoughts Goa is going through, being a preferred destination where parts of Kadakona, Kepe and Mandre can be clubbed together to give another thing. So Swadesh Darshan मध्ये तसेच प्रसाद scheme मध्ये we are having the old Goa church from Basilica Church, where already the approval has come. There was archives and there was ASI clearance which was required along with NMA clearance. त्या clearance सगळे NOC घेऊन आता I think we'll be going ahead. We will be talking to the concerned stakeholders in the old Goa church to the proposal which we had moved in the past, and ensuring that the work happens at the earliest before the exposition happens in 2024. Mini Prasad scheme in 5 temples गेल्ले आसा which are under the mini Prasad scheme of the center, and ती 5 temples एकदा approval जाऊन आयली we will start work on the 5 temples as far as Goa is concerned. Mini Prasad is a smaller scheme, and the budget is about 3 to 4 crores of rupees per temple. Prasad scheme is a bigger scheme where I think almost about 40 to 45 crores has been the scope of work as far as Old Goa Church is concerned. And Swadesh Darshan 1, Swadesh Darshan 2 is what we have taken up to Kalkasari.
How has the tourism department lined up as far as the upcoming exposition? Like, I think this process already started getting INPs promoting this exposition.
As far as this year's our event calendar is just getting finalized. In the event calendar, which will be for road shows and participation in those particular events, where we want trade also to participate equally, ते करपा खातीर जे आमी आता इनिशिएटिव्ह घेतले, त्या इनिशिएटिव्हान we want to showcase Goa very differently, brand Goa very differently than what it has been in the past while participating in such road shows. हातूंतल्यान G20 summit आमी ऑलरेडी उलयत आसा. आता एक्सपोजिशन जावपाचें आसा. आमचे कल्चर, आमचे ट्रेडिशन, एवरी रोड शो, एवरी इव्हेंटाक बऱ्या प्रमाणात आमकां दाखोवपाची गरज आसा टू शो वॉट गोवा इज अबाउट, हाव मॉन्सून्स आर, हाव इको टुरिझम इज, हाव हिललँड्स आर. Similarly, what events are coming in the year for Goa, major ones, that also need to be showcased when we go and participate to pull in the tourists so that they can plan their itinerary accordingly.
सर तुम्ही आता म्हटलं तुम्ही चेंजिंग रूम बांधलेले आहात बिचांचेर टॉयलेट्स एंड ऑल, सो तुम्ही ते कंपनीक दिवचे परस ते लोकल बॉडीक बा कितें
जे स्ट्रक्चर लोकल बॉडी इज अ इंडिपेंडंट बॉडी. लोकल आमी गव्हर्मेंट, सो लोकल बॉडीक जेन्ना आमी दिवपाक सोदतात जाल्यार लोकल बॉडी वी नीड टू चॅनलायज द रेवन्यू मेकिंग. आमी हे जे करतात तातूंत रेवन्यू तयार करचे पडटा. रेवन्यू जेन्ना पार्टनर येता करपाक तो मेंटेन करता, तो रेवन्यू सरकाराक दिता, विच फिट्स इन टू द thought process of O&M partners coming in. Then the panchayat is always free to use and make their own funds and make infrastructure what they think is in the village. आता कलागुट पंचायत is doing a good job. ते आपल्याक कितें जाय ते करून देता. तशें म्हाका दिसता पंचायत think alike, things will move better. It is on a thought process. The thought of a government. आता we are having enough challenges either way. So thought of a government goes in a very clear thing of mandating and ensuring that what we need to visualize and come down with.
So Goa's image is like
आमी म्हाका दिसता हाजेर इसीचेर आनी हाजेर दवरल्यार बरें. रिलेटेड टू दीस म्हाका कितें विचार, कित्याक ऑफ द टॉपिक गेले जाल्यार यू विल कम विथ अ डिफरंट thought than what we have shared with you.
No, you just mentioned about spiritual tourism. So what all activities are you expecting to happen in Goa as a spiritual tourism?
We will take a separate press on that because that will allow. It is to put it very simple in a couple of lines. Goa is always known to be a destination for sun, sand and sea. नाल्यार ओल्ड गोवा चर्च आसता, नाल्यार एक दोन देवळां आसता. स्पिरिच्युअल जेन्ना म्हणटात आमी, इट इज नॉट ओन्ली अबाउट स्पिरिच्युअलिझम, वी नीड टू बिल्ड अ स्टोरी अराउंड इट. आमी छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजा कडल्यान हांगा इट वॉज नोन एज दक्षिण काशी. सो वी हॅव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन द कन्सेप्ट ऑफ दक्षिण काशी. दक्षिण काशी टू सप्तकोटेश्वर टेम्पल आशिल्लें. पोंडा तालुका पोर्चुगीसा वेळार तेन्ना पोंडा तालुक्यान देवस्थानां कित्याक सगळीं आयलीं? इल्ली स्वयंभू टेम्पल्स आनी इल्ली देवळां शिफ्ट जाली. ती कित्याक जाली? ही स्टोरी जी आसा, जेन्ना आमी भायर वतात, a simple wall is sold and said this is all the wall created and selfies काडटा ती. हांगा आमचे कडेन हेरिटेज कल्चर सगळें आसा, वी ओनली नीड टू शोकेस इट. सो एज वी स्टार्ट शोकेसिंग इट and putting things, there is a huge percentage of people today post-COVID traveling in terms of spiritualism, wellness. So we are not talking only about spiritualism. Along with spiritualism, we are adding yoga, we are adding wellness, and we are making one thing. जसो रेडी जाता तुमकां आमी परत प्रेजेंट करून दाखयतले वॉट इज द थॉट. बट इम्पॉर्टंटली इज द परसेप्शन चेंज, कित्याक गोंय म्हणजे पार्टी लायफ, गोंय म्हणजे नायट लायफ आनी गोंय म्हणजे आनी कितें, हे थॉट प्रोसेस जो लोकांचो आसा तो गोवा इज मच मोर टू ऑफर, विच ऑल युअर माय मिडिया फ्रेंड्स हियर ऑल्सो विल एग्री, rather than just talking about what we have or what we are showcasing. We are much more, and that is exactly आमचो शिगमो आनी कार्निवल जातालो. अंदू आमी चिखलकालो सुरू करता. चिखलकालो पड फेस्टिवल जाताली, पूण वी नोबडी नोज अबाउट इट. पूण आमचे लोक थंय स्पेनाक वता टोमाटांनी खेळपाक. So we need to build up new things, new thoughts, and get ourselves to understand that what we have is what we need to showcase, and we need to do it with a very sustainable manner, and also ensure that we retain our culture and ethos, not go overboard. So that is the model which we are wanting to do.
एक TIC असा पाहता हे स्वदेश दर्शन स्कीम असताना ते आता काय गव्हर्नमेंट
TIC जे पयलीं केल्ले वर पार्ट ऑफ स्वदेश दर्शन स्कीम, but the TICs were made on a model which was a revenue generating model where it was only not information counter, but they had to also make commercialization of those locations and ensure the revenue comes to the government. But one model paylo and what we think we need to do, maybe we need to work little differently, because the partner taken by the department earlier, or you come to know that it is not coming in the manner how it had to happen. Either TICs are not being looked at, अजूनपर्यंत TIC बंद आसा, तुम्हीच प्रेसार घालता TIC बंद आसा, चालू करता म्हणून. TIC ऑपरेशनल जाल्ले अजून प्रोफेशनली हँडल जायना. तशेंच इश्यूज ऑफ टॉयलेट्स एंड दीस कंटिन्यू. सो वील हॅव टू समवेअर टेक अ व्हेरी कॉन्शियस डिसिजन ऑफ पुटिंग थिंग्स रायट इफ दे हॅव नॉट गॉन रायट इन द पास्ट. कित्याक कोणाक समज ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी दिल्ली करपाक ते समज टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड घेता जाल्यार वी आर आन्सरेबल टू द टुरिस्ट, एंड दॅट इज द करेक्शन्स वी आर डुईंग, वेर वी हॅव पार्ट from all representations from the trade also along with us for the empowered committee meetings, and and jointly we take decisions which are in the interest of tourism at large.
TIC ऑर्डरचे रिपोर्ट बसली असले त्यांचे किती
Separate हो गया मैं न्यू टूरिज्म सर्विसेज है पहले ये मगर हो गया.
Sir, this Dekho Apna Desh is funded by the center, this project.
देखो the अपना देश is only the statement, visionary statement of honorable Prime Minister. देखो अपना देश is a request to all the tourists in the all the Indians in the country to go into each other's states and learn about the culture and the traditions of each other. आम्ही बाहेर होता आम्ही we go abroad. So rather first look at your own country is the initiative taken. We are adding flavor to it by saying it's not only domestic but also international, and we are to take it ahead. Goa is the first state to carry the vision of the Prime Minister in terms of Dekho Apna Desh by tying up with our sister state of Dehradun, of having MOUs in place where we will have collaboration partnerships for the trade to take these things ahead. That Dehradun and Uttarakhand is a different scape. Goa is a different scape. So understand that what we are trying to talk. So tourists will have much better touristic experiences. And from here we want the hotel to come out with their own schemes, the travel and tour coming out with their own itineraries and how best we can do. So Falaya B2B meetings of the trade of Goa and the trade of Uttarakhand also will happen at the Chief Minister's house. Thank you.